Hello and welcome to our Facebook Live. Today we're joined by a very special guest. His name's Callum Daniel. He's 8 years old. He's an entrepreneur and he's joined with his mother, Dion, and Parus Dhanani from Loughborough University. He's brought a wide array of robots today. Tell us a bit about one of them, Callum, please.
Okay, so this one is called Everstorm. He was my latest robot. I built him. That was the last robot I built. He's really cool and he can make his tree blade spin. So if you press shoot, then he does that. And then if you just go up there and go to Everstorm 04, then he does this.
So how did you get involved in this? How does an 8-year-old find themselves the CEO of their own company and it being something to do with technology and coding?
When I was 4 years old, I went to Butlins and there was loads of cool stuff there and tech, and it made me want to get into robots. And
do you have other friends who are into that as well? Or is it just you just find yourself as the only one at the moment?
Other friends like robots.
Same age? As young as you?
Well, no.
And Mum, how much support do you give Callum in what he's doing at the moment? Because it's a very unique situation. You don't really hear that much about someone this young, especially in London as well.
Well, it started with Lego, which I didn't really build, and then I had no choice. He taught me how to build it. He got into Star Wars and some other Ninjago and so on and so forth. And Star Wars. And then,
big fan of Star Wars then.
Yeah, he loves Star Wars.
So Mum, are you into tech as well? Is the home full of
tech? Yeah. But yeah, so I'm a Scrum Master, product owner, that sort of thing. So I work in tech. I've always worked in tech, but I've never built a robot until Callum showed me how to do it on YouTube. So I actually had to learn. So he's always teaching me how to code. I was like, I can't let him code before I can code.
So Callum coded before you did, and he's kind of set.
Well, I knew some HTML, a little bit of JavaScript, fix it on website. But yes, he taught me the Lego drag and drop programming and how to do loops and so forth. But I'll do a course and I'll be better. No.
Yeah. Well, yeah, maybe. Well, he's the CEO, so yeah, maybe just underneath CEO. Exactly. That'll be enough for the time being. Parus, can you just tell us about the importance of coding? So we're told a lot that languages is what kids should be learning at the moment, but what about coding?
Coding's part of the future, to be honest with you. So for us at Loughborough, we've got sort of digital technology as one of our institutes. Technology is the future, and kids like Callum, who inspire all of us, young and old, are the future.
So Callum, if you just come back into the shot, he's just doing what any kid would do and just play with his toys. What's the next big project? What else have you been working on?
Well, I'm working on the next thing I'm gonna build is basically it's my next thing I'm gonna do is build a robot Rubik's Cube so then it can solve itself.
Wow, that'd be very helpful to anyone who's actually tried a Rubik's Cube before.
And I'm lucky because I have a Rubik's Cube, because if I didn't have a Rubik's Cube, then I'd just have to use something else that I can solve. So every single robot here has a color sensor. So this is the color sensor. It's when it sees a particular color and it's familiar with it. If it's seen it before, then it would shout out the color, and then it would just run to it and walk over the colour if it's flat on the floor. But if it's really high on a hill, then it would just fall off.
So some of our viewers are saying that's really complicated, but how does your brain work? How did you get into that? It's always been a natural kind of process.
Well, I've always liked robots. There's never been a time where I haven't liked robots.
And Mum, what do you think about this? How do you think Callum compares to other kids of his age?
I think it's pretty amazing. Lego, I think lots of children are into that, and I think luckily we went to Butlins. He saw Titan the robot, and then he wanted a massive robot, and I was like, we can't get that robot. So I bought him a Mechanoid. It's Meccano. It's one of Meccano's toys, and it was the same height as him. So he built and programmed that. So that's what got him into it. So I think seeing a robot and then looking on the market to see what was there that he could get that was similar-ish, that is what's you know, that is what did it for him. So that's what's made him unique, is the fact that he's now found Lego that can be, you know, programmed and so forth, and he's got a love of robotics. So he's combining both of them, really. So it is very unique for his age, but I think it's going to get more common because he really wants, you know, a little robotic revolution to start.
Led by Callum. So, Parus, you must see this potential in Callum, and where do you think he can go, and what do you think he can achieve?
Well, that's exactly why we want to support him. When we were contacted by Dion, you know, just the story behind what he's achieved so far, we wanted to be there with him, helping him achieve everything he can do. I mean, he's talked about being a robotics engineer. I think that's he can probably go further than that. You know, he is already the CEO of his own company, which is more than most people do it. Forget about 8 years old, throughout their whole lifetime. So I think he's already achieving fantastic things, and will carry on.
So it really does mean the sky is the limit with Callum at the moment. So Callum, do you mind just showing us before we go about the snake, this other robot that you have here?
I'll just put him on the floor. When the iPad's closest to him, then he gets faster.
So what was behind the idea of the snake?
What do you mean?
Why did you choose the snake over another animal or another robot or another kind of object?
Because the snake's really cool. Because once when I brought the snake to Bloomberg, everyone likes the snake. Who doesn't? Everyone.
Brilliant. Thank you for your comments. Everyone saying amazing, well done, young man. An amazing achievement. And as you can see, well, you can't see that Callum is distracted by your comments, but yeah, if you just want to show us how the snake works.
I think he's disconnected. It's okay. You can try and reconnect.
So that's where it's biting at the moment. Is that how? Can you just do that again? Is that
So if you put the mic near it, then it will bite it.
Ah, I see. I'll do that again, just to use. Is that gonna work?
Does it switch itself off?
Is it switch
You
itself
need
off?
no, you need to like kind of put in there its eyes like that.
Okay, sure.
Just
Oh, there we go.
see like that.
Yeah. Well, on that note, I don't want to get the mic bitten too many times. Callum, thank you very much for coming in today. Dion, thank you as well, and Parus, thank you for coming in. If you enjoy this, you can view more Facebook Lives on our Facebook page, and for more news, go to itv.com/London.